Games, board games. I might be talking about board games, but I'm not gonna shout. I am starting off this streaming with a little bit of singing, and I guess I'm trying to share that I'm a bit nervous about going to playtest, and hopefully you care. But still, that said, I'm going to work hard to dare to get outside, and hopefully it'll be alright when I'm there. Board games and playtesting, it's what I'm talking about. Board games and playtesting, I'm not gonna shout. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good whatever it is, wherever you are. I'm Bez, and it's 10 a.m. ish UK time. Time for another Bezzy Beats and Board Game Leather. Today, I want to talk about anxiety when going to new events. And yeah, look, I've been making games for so long. Since I came to London about 10 years ago, I've been going to all these playtest events, and without Playtest UK, I simply wouldn't be able to be making games. I wouldn't have made Yogi, and there's lots of stuff. What but I guess what I want to admit, and this is hard to admit, is that I'm feeling really nervous about going to this playtest event in Croydon. There's probably nothing bad going to happen. It's relatively nice weather outside. It's sunny. The people are nice, and there's, good, a good, like, kind of thing in place so that anti-discrimination and all that. And I'm sure it will be fine, and I'm looking forward to it. And I'm sure that once I'm there, I'll be having fun. But then there's a sense of, oh, I need to do that, and and I needed to do that, and I'm not sure what's going on, and why don't I know what's going on? Is that a reflection on me? And I guess, I see my lack of certainty as a sort of inadequacy on my part, and that feeds into that because, I guess also recently, I've been having, I'm struggling to pay the rent and pay my living costs, and so going to say I'm gone into negative balance at the bank, and it's unless I get another thing like a game about wee whimsical creatures and trying to identify them after some noises, which did go well, and it paid for me to be able to pay for Chris, but then, maybe I kept paying more than I could afford. I don't know. And Chris is not going to be working for me for much longer because they can't anyway. But I mean, I'm hoping that something gets picked up by a bigger publisher, but it's always a case of, oh, will this happen? Won't it? I don't know. And the stress and the feeling of, oh, why is everyone else able to do this and make it work? And I'm struggling. I guess there's also the sense of compare. I don't know, a lot of things, and just well, this could go wrong or that could go wrong, and maybe I'm. Anyway, so basically what I'm saying is that I need to get out there and try to overcome these things as best as I can. And if you're feeling anxious about going to something, then know that you're not alone. Even once you've been doing it for, 10 years or 7 years full time, you might still be struggling, which isn't a great thing to look forward to, but that's the reality. So just know that you're not alone. Lots of love. So let's quickly talk about recent highlights, living life and seeing the sights, recent highlights, playing games and other delights, recent highlights. Sometimes when I'm feeling a bit down, I try to list off at least 5 things. So yeah, this morning I tweaked some rules that I had to send to a major publisher. I sent them the rules and the um, PDFs that had been kind of a bit putting off. They're definitely not perfect, but that's not the point. I also emailed them to confirm something, which again I'd been putting off, and I don't know why, because it didn't take me that long, and I knew it wasn't going to take me that long. I did do a good playtest yesterday. I think I made the new person feel welcome, and I explained everything clearly, I like to believe. And, I was a good co host for the thing. And yeah, we had a new person yesterday at Friday Daytime Playtest, which was lovely. And when I did my own game, like I listened carefully to everyone else, and there's a few things that I'm going to just implement. And yeah, that is my recent highlight. And hello, Xate. It is lovely to see you. Hey, 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 yourself. And I hope that you are generally well. Um, and let's talk about brilliant thing. Brilliant thing. What's a little thing which is brilliant? What's a brilliant thing? You know what? I've never talked about this before, but I'm going to talk about these little white cloths. So I've got a bunch of these little white cloths that I bought. So I basically use them for cleaning, and sometimes I use them for, if I need to as a napkin, or for wiping my fingers, or for even getting plates out of the oven. By plates, I mean metal plates that things are cooking on. I mean baking trays. That's what I mean. I mean baking trays. So yeah, and then I just wash them, and then I keep a couple in my bag. And if I'm cycling like an hour and I get really sweaty and gross, then I get to dab it to my head, as long as it's a clean one. So yeah, I've got like some for the cleaning, some for just yeah. But yeah, little white washable cloths. That's a brilliant thing, in my opinion. And so yeah, as always, feel free to comment, ask questions, like, follow. And so yeah, the main topic. This was going to be a quick show. I'm sorry, Xate, but yeah, I'm meant to be going to a playtest event, and the truth is that yeah, I am feeling a bit anxious about it. It is a bit of a cycle. Google Maps says it's 1 hour, 12 minutes. If I took public transport, it would be marginally longer. And yeah, it's likely to be a wee bit longer than that. And then there's a sense of, oh, what if something goes wrong on the journey? What if I crash? What if that happens? What if well, shit happens, and hopefully it won't. Um, so you still made it for the rap? No, 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 no. This is just the main topic. So if you want to talk about, do you have anxiety when you're going to a new event? Like, this is just like a free form discussion, and so this can go like 10 minutes or 20 minutes, like, but hopefully you can help hype up Bez, so that Bez will go to the thing and not feel like a terrible person. And yeah, it's weird because I really like to have I struggle with uncertainty. Like, I really struggle with, oh, I don't know what's going to happen here. And I think that going to the Friday daytime playtests like every week, and it's interesting. Yesterday, I was making a new prototype, and it took me about 50 minutes to make this thing. It was like about 50 cards, so that's quite a long time, about 1 minute per card. But like, I was also figuring out some stuff along the way. And David Brain mentioned, oh yes, when Bez got comfortable doing that, then that's almost became a regular mainstay of Bez coming along, and it was like, yeah, actually, you know what? When I thought about it in retrospect, yeah, actually, that's a really good sign that I am comfortable and I'm going there. And the truth is, I could have quite often. It's like, okay, I wake up in the morning, I could be doing that, and I should be doing that earlier on. Like, sometimes I wake up at like 6, and then I still don't get the shit done, the stuff done. And then, okay, I'm going to be there. as close to 10 as I can be, and then when I'm there, I'm going to make the thing because now it really has to be ready by 11. And yeah, but I know that it's okay, and I do struggle with this kind of what do they like? Yeah, executive function, but I don't know. But Xate says I totally struggle at some points. Uh, I'm actually really shy, but no one ever believes me. Um, yeah, I can believe that. I mean, I do understand that. It's interesting because you sometimes don't see people outside of their elements, and I, f- I think that. I mean, I might be completely wrong, Sid, so let me know if I'm saying this and it's all rubbish. But I believe that you're like me, where you get lots of energy off people, but at the same time, you do kind of have a little bit of anxiety about getting out there sometimes. And for sure, if I'm at UK Games Expo, I absolutely love it. And I'm glad that I nailed it. And so um, at UK Games Expo, like you see me and you don't think, oh, this is a person who's ever depressed or ever anxious about anything. Because, yes, frankly, the truth is, if I didn't have Johan and everyone else coming out with me, yeah, I would kind of struggle a bit more to get out there each day. And yeah, everyone else keeps me going. And yeah, once I'm actually there, it's like just amazing. And then there's all these people, and it's almost like I'm already hyped up because in the morning I'm around all these amazing people. Then we sometimes have breakfast together, or we like this year we drove together each day. And yeah, Calleckley, thank you very much for joining along. People say comfort zone like it's a bad thing. We can get a lot done in our comfort zones, and extending your comfort zone a bit at a time is frequently more productive than leaping out of it. Yeah, I get it. It's like exposure therapy. If you're scared of snakes, you don't want to start off by falling into a train carriage full of snakes, for example. If you're scared of snakes, maybe you start off, um, looking at pictures of snakes, or even maybe you learn more facts about snakes so you understand them, and then maybe eventually see a snake like from the other side of a bit of glass. And like, yeah, I don't know if it's necessarily can always work. And I do think that the Indiana Jones thing is like, I mean, I don't think Indiana Jones ever really had a phobia because like it was always very much played for laughs, that thing. But yeah, I get what you mean. And yeah, the truth is that I've been feeling like, is it how much of it is COVID? How much of it is the fact that I was basically, yeah, indoors for such a long time, and even now it's like, "Oh, is this okay?" And, like, there is that kind of thing floating around, like the whole world is messed up, and then but I think I always had a little bit of, "Oh, I'm going a long distance," and then sometimes just taking a couple of things like, "Okay, I'll, yeah, do this and that and tr prepare," but I think that having people who care and someone on the receiving end that you're like, "Okay, this person's going to take care of me," that really helps. So I guess that, if you're running a convention or if you're, um, yeah, doing something, sure, like, once I know this is my place, and once I'm actually in a conversation with people, I'm probably going to be okay. But, you know, there's a lot I kind of want to know, like, it's really nice to say, "Okay, this person will be there," and I think that there's a lot of ways that we can think about other people, and yeah, I don't know if there's something really to do, but for me personally, just knowing what's going on, just saying, okay, yeah, this is what's going to go on at this time, and having clear meal times. And yeah, I guess for me, actually, you know what? A schedule. Not to say this is what's going, but like also this is where you can eat. This is like the approximate price of food or the exact price of food, even better. And these are the options that you can have, and the essentials. Because yeah, I think that there's dinner from like 5 o'clock, and there's some sorts of brunch thing, and so I guess that means that and I am on a potato diet, and no, Xate, I'm not going to repeat it all. You can watch it on the YouTube video after the fact. Um, you are such a troll. You are such a troll. Anyway, lots of love to you both. Xate, Kel. I guess, yeah, it's probably time for me to wrap up. And yeah, question of the day, question of the day. Here's a little question before we go on our way. Yeah, sure. I will agree to that. I mean, I'm not saying it'll be the same for all time, but or sure, for now, you are my favorite troll, sure. Question of the day to everyone is, when was the last time that you went out? And I don't mean out partying, I don't mean out clubbing, I literally just mean out of the house. When was the last time you went out, and what did you do? The last time I was out was when I was cycling back from the Friday daytime playtest yesterday, so it was around 5 o'clock that I got home, and then I came upstairs, and yeah, I didn't do loads of stuff. And yeah, so my question of the day is, when was the last time you went out, and what was it for? So yesterday, like I just said, out from 9ish until 5ish, playtesting, lots of fun, and had a great time. And the next bit, over to you. What are you up to? You can share button if you want to. If there's anything you want to share, something you're looking forward to, something you feel like you need to do, hopes, ambitions, whatever the situation, share anything you want. If you share, I promise I care. And see, firstly says, I went out yesterday walking about 5 kilometers to all the German offices to register the refugees, but we got turned away everywhere, so we will do it again Monday. Oh, that sounds like an annoying excursion, but I wish you all the best of luck on tomorrow. I mean, the day after tomorrow. Yeah, lots of love. And ideas. I mean, I guess find out what they enjoy, and I hear that you like cooking, so can you bake? Can you bake a cake? I mean, is there some sort of ingredient that they like? Do they like wacky flavors? Would they enjoy a beetroot cake? I mean, I would love a beetroot and chocolate cake. Imagine that. Like, if it was, oh, imagine if it was a layered cake, that some of the cakes were literally red from the colors of the beetroot. That would be cool, like a carrot cake, but instead of carrots, it was beetroots. But yeah, this isn't about me, this is about them. But yeah, some sort of cake. I mean, maybe they don't love red the way I do. Maybe they're not excited by it. I mean, I wouldn't be as excited by a red velvet cake, just for the record. If you ever want to bake something for me, make it like the most crazy thing ever, and I will be more excited by that. But yeah, what do they like? Maybe you can. Do they like chocolates? Do they like caramel? Do they like carrots? Seriously, maybe. Do they like bananas? Maybe a banana cake. Yeah, maybe ask one of their friends. Maybe like secretly ask one of their friends what they like, and yeah, who else knows this person? I would say a small thing if someone's just arrived. Maybe I'm sure they've got at least one friend. Come on, I'm sure there's at least. Yeah, I know maybe not in Germany, but I'm sure there's at least one friend internationally that you could email or reach out to on Facebook. Do you know what I mean? And I mean, I'd like to believe that they've got another. I mean, if they literally have no friends, and like that would be sad. But I can believe it. But either way, maybe if you could have like, do they like people? Do they like small groups or big groups? Because if you could maybe invite maybe 2 or 3 people and have a relatively small party, like I think 5 people hopefully won't be too overwhelming for anyone, or maybe 4, depending on what they're like, and have a small party and be like, okay, these are people that I thought you might get on with because they also like board games and stuff. But yeah, that's an idea, and I hope that that's been useful. And yeah, I hope that you become friends, and I hope that you are able to help them connect with other people, and maybe some of your friends will become their friends. I don't know. And maybe help them, yeah, build up their own contact network. That would be lovely. I think that's my idea. To recap and wrap up before we finish up. So yeah, I'm feeling nervous about the thing. I am going, yeah, and I do have a tiny bit of drawing to do before I can playtest. So my question is whether I should just cycle there and then draw on cards, or whether I should draw on cards and then cycle there. I think that if, yeah, my worry about, I know that I would prefer to just cycle there, and then at least I'll be there and I'll be able to be around people, and that will be really nice. But my concern with drawing there is that people may be like, oh, why is Bez doing this? And yeah, that's a bit, I mean, hopefully it'll be okay. I feel like I should just get out the doors, because it's otherwise it's giving me more and more excuses to not just get started on the journey. If you want to check me out, you know where I am. Stuff by Bez everywhere. Um, yeah, because of reasons, my shop is unlikely to be updated until the middle of next month, at which point I will add lots of new stuff to it. When I say next month, I mean this month. I mean middle of July. And yeah, I am still on Twitter and Instagram and streaming on Twitch and YouTube and also Facebook, I guess. Stuffbybez.com/streams. Tomorrow, hopefully, I will have Pearl, and before we play Go together, we will be having a bit of a chat. On Monday, I will be talking about some mechanic, and on Tuesday, meeting Ben Downton. And yeah, there's not a lot planned over the next week. So if you enjoy these streams, then please feel free to share, spread the word, but also feel free to give me feedback. Feel free to let me know what topics you would enjoy for future streams, and I will be sure to do it. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for the emotional support, Kel, Sate, and anyone kind of, yeah, what's the word I'm looking for? Anyone watching after the fact. Sate says you can draw there, no one minds. I mean, how do you know though? How do you know? Like, maybe they'll think, oh, why is Bez here at a playtest event and not actually playing things yet? And why is Bez even here if they're just going to draw for the first? Oh, you know what? I wouldn't think that of someone else. I'm probably just, yeah, I like what you say, just go, it's fine. It's peaceful to watch someone draw. I don't know, like, it's not a big elaborate drawing, it's just me frantically drawing another deck of 50 cards. But yeah, lots of love. Thank you for the encouragement. Yeah, so I am going to do the thing, and yep, um I might I might boil some potatoes really, really quickly, just so I've got something for lunch, even though I am going to break my diet today, just so I'm supporting the venue. But yeah, thanks, Kel. I do appreciate that. Ah, Xate, I'm not going to stick up the finger at you, but yeah, lots of love. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye, 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 bye. This is a goodbye song. Bye, 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 bye. Thank you for watching along. Bye, 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 bye. This is the end of the show. Bye, 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 bye. And now it's time to go. Bye bye. Lots of love.